Well guys, due to rise in popularity of this game and the slow decline of everything else Bloons, I think it was inevitable that I would look towards this game, BTDX, as a video upload. Before anything else, I should probably give a brief rundown on what this game is if you haven't heard of it already. BTDX is not made by Ninja Kiwi, which you can hopefully tell by the graphics. Rather, it's a fan-made game created by Remaf Party and released to the public around 2 months ago. If I don't forget, I'll leave a link to download the game in the description. Needless to say, this is definitely a top-notch fan-made game, and while the graphics are vintage 1990s quality, don't let that distract you from the fact that this game is jam-packed with a shitload of content. Way more content than BTD5 had when it got released back in 2011, and it ain't just filler content. At a first glance it seems like these bonus challenges and missions and whatnot are quite a bit of fun too. Let's not forget to mention the brand new towers, upgrade paths, and maps too. Anyways, we're not doing any of that today. Instead, I'm just going to be an asshole and show you guys 3 glitches in this game that I discovered pretty quickly, so that people get turned away from thinking of playing this buggy game, Kappa. Don't get me wrong though, the gameplay is a breath of fresh air despite all the bugs that may be looming around, which is inevitable when a game is still in its infancy stage at version 1.1.1.1. But yeah, you're probably all getting bored by now waiting for all the crazy bugs you can exploit, so let's jump into the first one. This one involves cash money, so I hope that phrase caught all of your guys' attention. Specifically speaking, it involves the use of the monkey village and the dart monkey in this game. The dart monkey in BTDX doesn't need any explaining, it's still the same old little brown guy as in all the other original Bloons games, at least if we're talking about the low-level upgrades. In fact, this following exploit/glitch doesn't even utilize any tower upgrades. It's just the 00 village and the 00 dart monkey in play here. Speaking of the 00 village, it does have some differences here on BTDX. Instead of it decreasing the price of all towers within its range by 10%, it's changed to a flat amount, and if I can recall correctly, it only works on the initial tower placement and not its upgrades. Please correct me if I'm wrong, cause I don't quite remember fully, and there is no sandbox mode in this game where I can test it off the bat. Anyways, that other information isn't really relevant. All you need to know is the village lowers the tower placement's cost by $90, so if you place a dart monkey under the range of the village you only have to pay $110. Here's where things start to bug out. It appears the sell price is not affected by how much you pay for it. As you can see here, the selling price for the dart monkey says $160 even, though I only paid $110 for it. And when I sell the monkey, well, would you look at that, I actually got the whole $160 from it, meaning I just gained $50 from buying and selling a tower. In theory, you can do this as many times as you want for as much money as you want, and it looks like nothing can stop you. There's no time limit since this isn't battles, and you have to manually press the go button to start every round, unless you have it on auto start. Speaking of which, I can't believe the technology to auto-start rounds is already there upon the release of this game. I don't even think BTD5 ever got that implemented, so good job. To the boys who worked on this fine game, now they just gotta patch some of these quote-unquote game-breaking bugs. I put quotes there because I'll come back to this first glitch later, cause while exploiting this glitch I just so happened to come across another one, and this one works to your disadvantage, as you can tell by my decreased field of vision on this map. No, that giant white circle is not a result of these dart monkeys creating pollution. It is most certainly not an intended feature. Turns out there's actually hotkeys for this game to place and sell towers, believe it or not. Quite a pleasant surprise when I found out too. And well, you can sell towers using the backspace button, and since I was planning to exploit the shit out of the buying and selling under a village exploit, I figured I should start using some shortcuts to gain money faster. But interestingly enough, when you use the backspace hotkey to sell a tower, the range indicator of the tower doesn't disappear. Not sure if it's just an issue with the Dart Monkey or for all towers, but I assume it would be the case with all of them. And since I believe the range indicators are coated with something like 15% opacity, the law of addition/multiplication means the part under the indicator gets wider and wider as you generate more range circles from this glitch. Bonus points too, because there's no way you can get rid of it. Once the circle is there, it's there for good. So unless you like driving with a third of your windshield covered, chances are you'd prefer to restart the game if this kind of thing ever happens to you. That's about it in terms of how that second glitch works, so just keep in mind whenever you're playing this game to keep your finger off the backspace button or bad things will happen. In fact, you should probably just rip out your backspace key for precautionary purposes. Anyways, as I was saying, I wanted to return to this first BTDX glitch because there's more to say on top of it. So far we've established that selling and rebuying one Dart Monkey nets you an extra $50, and we can exploit this to seemingly reach an infinite amount of money. That's what I thought at first, but then reality hit and I realized I was not as rich as the game told me I was. In fact, I was basically in debt by the same amount. Just watch as I upgrade this village and watch my money count drop into the negatives. Gee, minus $2,000, how the hell did that happen, you may ask? Well, calculations may have been malfunctioning in the back end and seemingly happened to correct itself once you purchased a tower upgrade, so that negative $2,000 money is probably to do with the $800 spent on the village upgrade, as well as the fact that I was never actually gaining $50 per buy and sell in the first place. It was still deducting my money properly under the radar, if you know what I mean. Damn, I really got fooled there. What seemed like a game-breaking glitch is now just a visual bug, really, cause I don't think you can take advantage of this knowing that your exploited money goes back to normal once you purchase an upgrade. Okay, so glitch 3 of 3. This is again something I just happened to discover when goofing around, and it involves road items. Just like BTD5, you have road spikes and pineapples at your disposal in case of an emergency, and in BTDX they cost $30 each to place them down. Or so it seems. This bug here also involves the use of a hotkey, and it works heavily to your disadvantage, so I highly doubt anyone will consciously be utilizing this exploit. Basically, there's a really easy way to spend money on road spikes or pineapples without even putting them on the field. Just look at this clip here. You won't notice anything peculiar until I mention to watch the money count closely as I'm hovering the road spikes. That's right. Once I press the X button, all my money seemed to poof like magic. What gives? Well, all you really have to do is spam the H or N button, as H is the hotkey for road spikes and N is the hotkey for pineapples, and that seems to deduct your money before you even click on the field to place them. LOL. Spaghetti all over, I must say. Honestly, I would just rip off your entire keyboard if you decide to play this game before they update with the next bug fix patch, cause the mouse is really all you need. Well, I think that pretty much concludes it with the 3 glitches in this video. There are certainly more bugs roaming out in the wild according to people who have played this game longer than me, but I figured I would share these 3 since they are quite peculiar, and they're all bugs you can experience right at the start of your BTDX adventure. With that said, I'll leave you off with some really sped up footage of a little normal game I'm playing without using any glitches. Not gonna lie, but January is a pretty rough month for YouTubers, so every little bit of juice needs to be squeezed out for these videos. So I'll dedicate this final minute or so to explaining more about BTDX before I throw out my next video. I got hooked into this game pretty quickly, so chances are you're going to see more of it in the future. Earlier in the video I mentioned new towers, new balloons and whatnot, so me just go over them real quick. I think pretty much every existing tower in BTD5/battles is in this game, and then plus some, like the alchemist/poison monkey, the plasma monkey and the charge tower. There also appears to be a couple of question marks on some of the squares, so I assume even more towers are going to be on the way. Now on the Bloons side, we got orange balloons which aren't as scary as they seem. They only drop 3 reds inside. What you should be scared about is these things called stun balloons. They can stop your towers from attacking for a brief moment, so watch out. And then on top of the already existing combo and regrow properties that can tack on any balloon, there's another status called tattered I believe, and that just makes the balloon go twice as fast. That's just a brief summary of a few of the new balloons. There's still a ton more that I didn't mention, so perhaps you should check the game out yourself to see what they are, or if you're lazy go watch someone else's video about it, or for the super lazy just wait for my next BTDX video where I will spill the beans on everything. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this game and whether I should do more of it for my channel. Based on how other YouTubers did on this game, I think you guys should be pretty accepting of it. After all, it's about as close of a game you can get to Bloons without it being a Ninja Kiwi game, am I right? Well, there's Blazit's game too, but that may have been discontinued. Anyways, my job is done here. If you are one of the people who do you want to see more of this, feel free to leave some video ideas too. Have a very graphic day.